Hello, Podfam, and hello, Rachel. How are you today?
I am doing good, Laura. I am doing good. How are you?
I am good as well. I have some of my Greek mountain nettle tea this evening, and it is just such a beautiful tea. I need to drink it more often because it's just so
Amazing.
soothing and calming.
I love it. Well, I'm having my everyday detox tea. Had some craft dinner for my meal this evening, and I was just like, I think I need some good detoxing herbal tea tonight.
That's probably a good idea, especially did you have the whole
Yeah.
box of KD by yourself?
I don't know because obviously we had a very classy meal in this household, so I made 2 boxes.
Okay, because you know what? I have
So
noticed those boxes, shrinkflation is there. The box is the same
it
size,
is.
but like legit, one box makes one bowl of Kraft Dinner.
I know. I know. So I actually don't know how much I consumed, but I think it was a reasonable amount. But I did do a workout this evening, which is like my first workout in I don't know how long. And I was pretty hungry after, so I deserved that bowl of Katie.
Same here. I kinda made some, like, potato rusties this
Mm,
evening, and,
that's
it
nice.
hit the spot, and it filled me up.
Love it. Are you ready to jump into it? Because I think by the time this episode comes out, we're going to be in the midst of a very busy time at work. So I'm going to need a lot of these tips.
Yep, this'll be a nice reminder for us in about, like,
Yep.
3, 4 weeks.
Yep. Yep. And that is tips to wind down. And
Mhm.
also, we're going to throw in some little guilty pleasures at the end because we couldn't resist.
Absolutely, because I know when I was making my wind down list, I'm like, "So many of these things are just guilty pleasures." I'm like, "Am I
Yeah.
winding down? I don't know, but I'm
Hmm.
certainly happy."
Exactly, and you know what? That's all you need, and I was, like, even trying to, like, set the mood for this episode tonight, so I was, like, moving through some of the tips, and I
Ooh.
was just like, "Ooh, ooh," because, yeah, my nervous system feels a little bit fried, and I was like, "I cannot go into the episode feeling like this because I would just be bouncing off the walls, and it wouldn't be a good time."
No, not at all.
No.
So, let's get into it. What is your first tip to wind down?
Alright, well, I'm gonna start with one that I know you almost have a bit of a counter.
Mhm.
And that is moving through a form of light exercise. So this can be anything from a walk, yoga, maybe if you like Pilates or something, you can do that. And I like to look at that as just something that I like to do when I'm like a good amount of stress, not like super like haywire,
Mhm.
because then I don't think this is the right thing. But if you just need to like calm down your brain and give yourself permission to rest, this is a great thing. You might need to convince yourself to do it because, especially with yoga, I don't know if this happens to you, but if my brain is like moving a mile a minute, those first 5 minutes are torture.
Yeah, it's almost hard to settle into it, but then eventually you do, and I find that, you create, like, a good rhythm, and then by the time you're done, your mind has actually slowed down.
Yeah, yeah, I find, like, for myself personally, I usually reach that mark around, like, the 5 to 10-minute mark. My brain starts to quiet down, and the walk is nice as well just because it just gets your body moving, but it also puts you out in nature, which is also very calming, so, yeah, I think it's the perfect thing to start with when you're like, "Okay, tonight I need to shut my brain off and just relax." So what about you? What is the counter to this?
Yes, so I have a counter because I find that there's different ways you need to wind down and different
Mhm,
like emotions or just mental states that you need to come down from. So
mhm,
my first one is yes, the counter to yours. And it's more when I'm, like, really frustrated, I haven't had an exhausting day, but, like, I've just encountered a lot of frustrating situations. Maybe I'm
yep,
angry, just a lot of, like, pent up emotion that needs to come out, or else, like, I
mhm,
will sit and, like, fester almost, and I
yep.
become very unpleasant to be around. Full caveat, my Aries, she will come through very strong. Not gonna lie there. So, for me, sometimes to, like, get myself out and release that energy is I need to do a very hard workout. And it was fantastic when I was doing kickboxing a couple months ago because that was something that you had to go hard and fast at,
Yep.
and you really couldn't hold back. Like, you just had to let everything out, and
Mhm.
I really did find that my mood would change at the end of that workout, where sometimes
Yep.
when I do something a little bit slower, like that relaxing yoga, and it's like just trying to stuff you into that box, it doesn't really work for
Mhm.
me. I almost need to like blow myself out. And then I'm like,
Yeah.
whew, okay. Like all those awful things I wanted to say to someone who hurt my feelings that day, they're out. And
Mhm.
like, you know, when you're in those kinds of moods, I find if you're like just doing like a little kickboxing routine or whatever, it doesn't matter what you're doing, you can yell, you can scream, you can say anything you
Mhm.
want. And it really is a nice release to kind of just bring yourself back down to where you can be a little bit more calmer and rational.
Definitely, because when you're in that mood as well, this definitely happens to me because your brain during yoga does not shut down, and it almost can make the festering worse if you do the lighter form of exercise.
Yeah,
So,
like, oh gosh, I'm gonna mess up the type of yoga, so I'm sorry, guys. It's Hatha Yoga. That's the very
yep.
slow holding long poses one. I'm gonna just use that as an example. Don't get me wrong, love yoga, love Hatha, but
Mhm.
there were a couple of sessions that I was in a class and I was having a really hard day. Like I was just kind of a little irritated at some people
Mhm.
and having to sit still and hold poses. I just couldn't. Like, I couldn't do it. I kept stopping and, like, just
Yeah.
getting out of it because I was just so, my body was vibrating, Like, I was just like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I just need to, run as fast as I can and scream," Like, just something like
Yeah.
that. Um, so, yeah, that's my number 1. Sometimes you gotta do something hard, and then you can come down.
Exactly. It's also great to when I don't know if this happens to you, but it's almost like you're overtired.
Yes.
So it's like you pass through the exhaustion where like really yoga or walk would be great, but then you go back up where you're literally like shaking
Yeah.
because your body's just putting so much adrenaline into your body that you need to like, do some squats to burn that out because otherwise you're like, I will be vibrating all night. And that's definitely been happening to me recently with work. So yeah,
Yeah, it's
it's
almost
very much needed.
like you have to physically exhaust yourself to catch
Yeah.
up with your brain, and then you can just go to
Yes.
sleep and start fresh.
Yeah, that's a really good way to explain it, actually. Thank you.
Yeah, so I hope people can relate to that, like, I don't know, maybe I'm just the only one out here. Anyway, Rachel, what's your number 2?
All right. So this one I am terrible at, but I am trying to be better. And it is turning off or putting away your phone for a while. And that includes staying off your socials and especially your email, because I made the mistake of putting my work email on my phone.
No.
I know, it's so bad, and there are times where, when I get in the mood, we were just talking about being overtired to a point where it's hyperactivity. I will just be, like, chilling, watching a show before bed, and I'm like, "You know what is a great thing to do right now? Check my work email." Like, no, it's not. Don't
No.
do that.
No, you can't fix anything at that time. Just leave it till the morning.
No. No, and that's the thing is I'm aware of that too, but it's almost like I open it just to be like, "Am I gonna be stressed tomorrow?" Open it up, "Yep, I am."
I'm gonna start
So
being stressed about that right now.
exactly. So, this is something that I need to work on, but I know we've talked about it before in some of our social media episodes, but going on Instagram or even checking very like different social media platforms like your email, Facebook, etc., might have the illusion that you're relaxing, but your brain is not being given a break.
Yeah, that's really true. Because I know when I get on, like, my scrolling, especially through those reels, it's so hard to
Mhm.
break out of because you're just like, "Oh, just 5 more minutes," and then it's been, like, half an hour.
Mhm.
I kinda think that I'm relaxing and winding down and shutting off my brain just like you said, but then when I realize I've been sitting there for 3 hours and I've wasted, like, a
Mhm.
whole night, and
Yep.
I'm just like then I'm mad at myself because I'm just
I
like,
know.
"Oh," like, I could have been doing other things. And no, what did I do for 3 hours? I literally sat on Instagram or Reddit or, whatever,
Mhm.
looking at nothing. And yeah,
Exactly.
so that's a really hard one. I need to also work on that. I'm probably not as bad as I used to be, but there are probably like maybe like once a week I fall into that trap and then I'm just like, oh, like I actually wanted to do something that night. And I'm like, now I can't because
Yeah.
it's too late. And then when it comes to the work emails, I kind of have a funny story. And I think the higher powers were coming in to help a little bit because about 2 weeks ago, I was trying to get onto like my work server
Mhm.
and the whole like glitch happened, couldn't get on the computer. And I'm like, oh my God, I need to work. I've got so much to do. And
Mhm.
sure enough, it was like half the day gone before I was able to get on. And I was at
Mhm.
least trying to look at my emails because where I was like at the time, I didn't even have like my local computer to check email. Like I couldn't do
Yeah.
anything. Like if you wanted something, you could call me. That was about it. But like I couldn't help you. And so I was trying to figure out how to put the work email on my phone and
Mhm.
couldn't figure it out, couldn't make it work. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to take this as a sign from the universe that
Yep.
I should take advantage of this because I was going like hard, like working
Mhm.
well over 8 hours, being super stressed and just trying to get so much done in a day that I was like,
Mhm.
you know what? I feel like I'm being gifted, 3 hours of not being able to work.
Mhm.
I'm going to relax and take advantage of it. So, it was very hard to do. I was just like, "Oh, no, I should be doing something," but I'm like, "Laura, you literally can't do anything at the moment."
You
Um
also worked until, like, 7:30 the night before, I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure too.
Yeah, like, I had worked so late the night before, so really, like, I was just getting back the hours that I had already worked, and so
Mhm.
sometimes the universe just intervenes, and you
Yep.
might not understand it at the time, but then looking back, you're like, "Wow, thank you, I really needed that," like, because I certainly wasn't gonna be able to step away myself.
Yeah. And I'm proud of you.
Thank you, that was a big step
Look
for
at
me.
you.
I know, so as for the record, I still do not have email on my phone, and I'm living my best life that way.
Love it. Love it. See, one thing that I need to work on with the work email is, like, I will if something kind of goes wrong, which happened to me, like, earlier this week, I literally will, like, kind of lose my shit in trying to solve this issue, as opposed to just taking time to, like, wind down and think about how to respond.
Yes.
So the solution to that is just go for a walk and don't bring your email with you.
Yeah, take some time, think through
Yeah,
the process, and then revisit.
exactly. So, it's a good way to wind down at night, but also if something's going wrong, just step away. Just step away
Exactly.
for an hour.
Exactly.
Yes. What about you? What's your number 2?
Alright, so my number 2, this is for when I'm really tired and I
Mhm.
really wanna go to sleep. It's probably a bad thing that I've trained myself to do from, like, all the failed textbooks I've never read. Um,
Fair.
but when I just know I don't want to get trapped on, like, watching YouTube or binging a show or watching a movie,
Mhm.
I will pull out, like, my book, and it right now I
Mhm.
just have the Libby app on my phone, folks, it's great. Love the Libby app, I get, like, all my ebooks off there, and it's free because it's the library. So when I know I don't wanna be up until, like, midnight or more, I will start to read, and I'll try and make a tea just to,
Mhm.
put myself in that calm mindset. I'll have my cozy jammies on, I'll get under the covers in bed,
Love it.
and I'll turn on my little salt lamp as well,
You
and
paint such a good picture.
it's so oh man, I kinda wanna do that right now, guys. I think I might
This
do
is
that
what
later.
Laura's doing right after this.
Right after, I think I'm gonna crawl into bed and turn on the salt lamp and read, and this is where it's, like, probably bad that I've maybe trained myself how to do this, but I can read, and when I'm kinda tired and I'm reading, I fall asleep quite quickly.
Amazing.
So, sometimes I don't get very far in my book,
Mhm.
but I can be out cold pretty quick and, like, I'm done for the night. So, I love
I
doing
want
that.
that skill.
It's yeah, it's re you can't do it when you're reading, like, a book that you're really into and just wanna finish, it doesn't work that way, but
Mhm.
if you're reading, like, a longer book or something that's, like,
Mhm.
not as engaging, It works. So if I really want to fall asleep, I pull out my textbook that I should be studying at the moment. And that one, ooh, I am out within one paragraph, folks. It does not take me long at all.
I love that for you. That literally, like, that sounds like a fabulous skill.
Yeah, the trick
I don't
is,
think that's a bad thing at all.
yeah, you get into bed around like 9:30 and you'll be asleep before
Oof.
10. It's great.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh, I'm
I
feeling
can't
that.
do it any other way. Like, I can't put YouTube on and fall asleep before 10.
No, because then you somehow are like, "I need to go down this rabbit hole. I don't even know who this person is that I'm watching."
I know, right? You're like, "I don't know what this is, but I'm now fascinated by it." Anyway, what is your number 3?
All right. So I did this also this evening after my workout, and I didn't know how to word this, but I feel like the ladies will know what I am talking about when I say this, but taking like a full on shower.
Mhm.
So, like, I'm talking like the shampoo,
Ooh.
the hair mask,
Oh, yeah.
the exfoliating with like a coffee scrub. I got a new coffee scrub and I am obsessed with it.
Yes.
Like shaving your legs and, being in there for way too long. Oh
I
my
know when it's
God.
just been like, "Has it been 45 minutes?" I don't know.
Yes.
Yes.
And it just smells so good in there.
I know, and then you come out and you're like, "I am smooth and I'm
I
soft."
know. I know. And I've put on moisturizer
Oh,
after too. Oh, on my
yes.
entire body. I felt like royalty.
Don't you feel like a true adult when you're just like, "I put moisturizer on after the shower."
Okay, literally, because I never do that.
I'm probably like 30% of the time I do. I get on a good streak and then I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I forgot."
Yeah. Yeah, my legs in the wintertime look like the Sahara Desert.
Yeah, they get a little scaly.
Yeah, they get a little scaly, so yeah, love the full-on shower. I know that there's, like, a kind of, pop culture name for it, but I can't remember it at this point. And also, if you like it, taking a nice bath.
Oh, yes.
Yes, with, like, bath salts or kind
Mhm.
of I think I had, like, this coconut milk thing one time that had little, like, lotus flowers in it too, and I was just like, "Oh my god, I feel so fancy. I
Yeah, one of
feel
my
so
favorite things
fancy."
is, like, I'll put on a show and I'll, put the laptop on
Yeah.
on the toilet seat if I
Yes.
can watch,
Yes, I
and then I'll have a pizza.
Oh, oh my god, yeah, or, like, you listen to sometimes I'll listen to a podcast in there too,
Yeah.
but see, baths are hard though because I feel like, in a lot of apartment living situations, you don't have one.
Mhm.
Like, I think I've only lived in an apartment once where I had a bath, and it was nice, but, you know, every so often I go to my mom's house and I'm like, "I'm using your bathtub."
Same. See, my dad has one of those,
Yeah.
like, real it's not like a jacuzzi tub, but it's like a nice deep
Mhm.
tub that you can actually, like,
Yeah.
submerge yourself in, which is amazing, and it's kind of funny. So
Mhm.
my boyfriend and I, we went on a little date to the mall last night.
Oh,
Really,
cute.
I just needed hair conditioner, but I was just like, "Do you wanna
I love
come?"
it.
And so we, like, power walked the mall. We got some food court
Oh.
food, Taco Bell for dinner. It was great. And
Oh, I
then,
love it.
we got some ice cream on the way home.
Oh.
Yeah, we were being super cute. But when we were leaving, um, we walked by Lush, and
Mhm.
I think Lush is pretty international, so I'm pretty sure most
I
people
think
know what
so.
Lush is. And,
Mhm.
he was just like, "Oh, when was the last time you bought, like, a bath bomb?" And I'm like, "Oh, not for a little while, like, I haven't taken a bath lately." He's like, "Ooh, do you wanna go get one?" And I'm just like, "No, I hate our bathtub."
Is it one of the ones that it's, like, just it's a bathtub, but like, your entire waist sticks out of it, basically?
It's
Like, it's not
so
very deep?
it's so shallow, it's really short
Yeah.
as well, like, I would get waist down, not even waist, I would get, like, the hip down,
Yeah.
submersed, and it just and okay, we're not going into the couples thing, but, that's been my boyfriend's bathroom for a very long
Yeah.
time, and it has
Yeah.
not been well cared for to the level that
Oh,
I am
yes.
used to. I have tried,
Mhm.
like, I've been working on it, but,
Mhm.
it's just I don't think it's really ever gonna go back to that, like, pristine condition that I expect.
There's
Um,
some grime that's been there
yeah,
for a while.
yeah, I think it's just
Yeah,
kinda eaten
yeah.
away at the, like, the finish of the tub. I'm sorry, guys, you're probably being like, "Ew, this is really disgusting, Lori." It's fine, like, it's fine to shower in, but, like, I
You don't
wouldn't
wanna
wanna
sit in
I
it.
wouldn't wanna take a bath in it. So I think it's kinda funny
Yeah.
that you brought up taking a bath because 'cause I'm just like, I love baths, but I haven't
I
had one.
know.
I don't remember the last time I had one, and I might have to, like, next time I'm at my parents' house, just
Mhm.
go for a bath, you know?
I love that for you. See, my mom has, I don't know if you've ever seen it. I don't know if you've been in that bathroom before, but she has, like, a clawfoot
Oh,
tub,
nice.
like one of the standalone ones,
Yes.
and, oh my god, whenever I use it, I feel like a queen.
Yes, that is, like, my ideal bathroom once I eventually
Mhm.
build my house will
Yes.
have the standalone bathtub.
I'm I'm manifesting that for you.
Thank you. Let's both manifest that
Yes.
for each other because, like,
Yes,
you need a
yes.
good bathtub, and I know baths are not for everyone. They weird my boyfriend out to no end, but to me,
Yep.
it's just, like, the height
So
of
relaxing.
so relaxing, especially if you ever had pizza in a bathtub, it's
Oh,
amazing.
the
Ice
height of
cream
luxury.
ice cream in a bathtub, amazing. Chips, not so much. Um, but, there's nothing
That would
better
get a
than
little crummy.
yeah, it's not the best, like, especially if your hands are a little
No.
bit wet, you gotta stick to the things that are a little bit more solid, and
Mhm.
you throw on, like, a super trashy show, it's a fantastic
Oh,
time.
the height of luxury.
Height of
But, yeah,
luxury.
I feel like we've gotten off topic.
I feel like that I don't even know what number we're on. I guess
We're on your 3rd one. We're
we're
on
on
your
my
3rd
3rd one.
one now.
Okay, wow. Well,
Yes.
this kinda just rolls into more of me being fancy,
Mhm.
um, and that is getting my lashes done.
Oh, look at you.
Yes, this is me being super fancy and splurging on myself.
Love
Um,
it.
Now I get a lash lift and tint, which I love. I
Mhm.
have an amazing girl who, does them just right for me,
Amazing.
but I know I have a lot of friends who also get eyelash extensions, and they absolutely love them. And
Mhm.
so I've had mine now for over a week, probably, like, almost 2 weeks now.
Yeah.
And it's nice because, like, I take off my makeup, but, like, I still just look nicely done up, you know? Like, it's just
Mhm.
that little bit of a boost, and I don't know, it makes me feel good, and I
Amazing.
love doing that, and my hair. My hair is the other one that is something I love to do to wind down in a weird way because it's for times when I just need to feel myself because, you go through
Mhm.
times you're just like, "Ugh," like, I just don't feel good about how I
I'm
look, like, I
feeling that
just
way lately.
yeah, like, you just I don't know how to describe it, like, you feel kind of frumpy or just, like,
Yeah,
lackluster, and,
a little bloated.
not even, like, in that sense, but, like, for some people, yes, I don't know, I just don't feel, like, polished, you know?
Yeah.
Like a little ragamuffin. So just getting, like, my lashes done and my hair done, it just gives me that little bit of a boost, and I'm
Mhm.
just like, "Oh," like, I feel pretty for me, like, not for anyone else, like, I feel good about myself, and I think that's, like, an okay and honest thing to say,
Mhm.
where you're just not, like, feeling yourself, and then you do something to help you feel better. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
I think that that is perfectly reasonable,
Yeah, so,
and you've
I don't
definitely
know how much of a
inspired
wind down that
me.
is,
Well,
but it's
I
like
mean,
it reduces, like, I guess, like, the thoughts in my head because
yeah.
I'm just like, "Oh," like, I just feel good, you know? So, like, I'm not stressed about, like, "Oh, my roots look awful," or, you know, I just don't feel very pretty at the moment.
Yeah. And if you're having some like negative thoughts as well too, it's like those well, I mean, we've said it a few times in this episode, but when you do kind of try to take some time to chill, those thoughts can often fester.
Yeah.
So I think that that is perfectly reasonable. And I've kind of been feeling that way lately. So you've definitely inspired me to book my lash appointment much earlier than I was expecting. So, leading into our fourth ones, mine is to light some candles and watch or read something you've been wanting to. And I don't mean one candle, I mean like five.
Now, are they all scented?
I
This is what I wanna know because I have a lot of scented candles, and I feel like
Yes.
if I lit 5 of them, I would, like, probably
Oh,
suffocate.
they're absolutely all scented, and I have, like, I don't like, nose damage or something because I don't really smell them.
Oh,
But if you walk into the house, you'll be like, "That is a wave. That is a
you're being
wave of
assaulted by
candle."
candles.
Yeah, yeah, so, it's kinda nice, and I'm like, "Do these scents go together?" Not really, but I feel kinda classy and luxury, so it's nice. And I don't know, I just like, selecting something to watch or read that you've been waiting to watch, and almost, like, starting that if it's, like, an evening thing at, like, 6, so you can watch, like, 3 episodes sorta thing. Because,
Yes.
I don't know, I just find that that's a nice little indulgence because I find with me at least, I kind of avoid starting new shows or new books when I'm otherwise preoccupied with,
Yeah.
like, work and stuff because I wanna focus on it. So it just kind of feels like I'm, like, giving myself permission to be like, "Yes, you wanted to do this for you."
Yeah, I like when you plan out, like, a binge, you know?
Yeah, yeah,
You're like, "I am well
it's
aware
really
I'm gonna
nice.
watch 5 hours of this show. Bring it on."
Exactly, exactly. You're like, "I'm prepared for this." It's like when I used to sit down with One Tree Hill on a Saturday, and I'm like, "Yes, I will watch 6 hours." You know?
Works for me.
Yeah, it's like that one time where you first got me into it and we watched 8.
Oh, yeah.
We watched 8 episodes, yeah, so it's really great, and, yeah, I'm also using the Libby app right now, and I'm just burning through, honestly, a lot of young adult fiction because it's a lot of fun.
Same.
And I am letting myself indulge because I tried to read like a classic literature novel to like, feel like I was challenging my brain a bit. And I was
Mhm.
like, you know what? This isn't fun.
You know what?
I'm not having fun right now.
I have a hard time winding down with, like, a complicated book,
Mhm.
where if
Mhm.
it's just, like, either a smutty book or a young adult or, like, a mystery, just something that's, like, not like, it's an engaging story, but not complicated to understand, that's when
Yeah,
I feel like I'm winding down, not reading,
exactly.
you know, some theory or
Exactly.
work of, like, nonfiction. I just can't relax that much.
Or even just a piece of very classic literature where
Yeah,
they spend 2 pages describing one table.
right.
Yes. So, we read complicated stuff all day, so we're good. We're fine.
Exactly. Yeah.
Exactly. What about you? What's your 4th one?
Ooh, so my 4th one is getting treatments, and
Ah,
I think
yeah.
I've mentioned it probably almost in all of our episodes lately. I've been kinda struggling with, like, the winter blues
Mhm.
a lot this year and just feeling very tired and not motivated for anything, and, like, I'm not normally like this, and I know it's just been kinda like a very stressful few months for me. Like, I was kinda thinking about it the other day of, like, all the kinda crazy
Mhm.
things that have happened to me in the past, like, 4 or 5 months, and I'm like, "Wow, I'm
Mhm.
carrying a lot." Like, that's a lot of shit to go through, and
Yeah.
I feel like that was just kinda, like, weighing on my body a lot, and,
Mhm.
so what I did is I went to acupuncture last night,
Mhm.
and I haven't been for about, like, 4 months, so, timelines are heading up here, and I just
Mhm.
felt like someone hit the reset button on me,
Mhm.
and, oh my god, I left just feeling lighter, and I was, like, not stressed at all, I was calm, I was happy. I put Adele on in the
Mhm.
car and bawled my eyes out on the drive home.
I love
Um,
it.
it just kinda helped me, like, release and
Mhm.
move some, like, energy and emotions that were really stuck in my body.
Mhm.
Um, and oh my god, I just can't recommend it enough for people, and, like, acupuncture might not be your thing, that's fine, but even,
Mhm.
like, getting a massage or a facial, I go to the chiropractor as well, just getting
Mhm.
something done on your body that
Mhm.
helps, like, just physically relax you,
Mhm.
can't be understated, and I know there is a cost to it, but sometimes saving up for it or just putting that money aside, it's well worth it because like that is your mental and physical health. And,
Mhm.
we shouldn't underestimate like how powerful going through treatments like that are. Um,
Mhm.
so for the next like month, I am going for weekly acupuncture just to help my body, like, get back on its feet, literally. So
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it because I always have like a fantastic sleep after, and
Mhm.
whatever emotion needs to come out, it kind of comes out within like 12 to 24 hours. And I'm just like, whew, okay, like I'm done with that. I can move on now. So that is probably like my ultimate wind down.
Yeah, I love that. I feel like based off of our discussion about your last acupuncture appointment, that was very much needed for you. So I'm really glad that you're taking the time to go every week for the next month. Another thing that just to add to the different treatments, the osteopath is also fantastic.
Yeah.
If you can't handle, I find like I'm sensitive to massages
Hmm.
if it's too hard or something, where the osteopath is fairly gentle, especially if they're doing cranial work. So if you have like headaches or anything, or like especially like stress induced ones, definitely check out the osteopath. It's a
Yeah,
good
that's
place to
another
be.
really good one. I feel like there's like so many things in this realm that you can do, and you just
Hmm.
find the thing that works best for you. And, with
Exactly.
acupuncture, I can always tell like when I haven't had it done for a long time because I do have a lot of emotions that will
Hmm.
come up because that is what it's supposed to do. Like it literally is unblocking things in your body. And, massage does that. Osteopath does it as well. So it's just finding that thing that works and helps you process some things. And a lot of times that is stress and exhaustion and fatigue.
Definitely. And just because last time we talked about this was fairly long ago, which type of acupuncture do you do again?
Oh, so I do like a Japanese style, and I know we're gonna like probably do an updated version of the like natural remedies
Hmm.
episode that we did a few months ago.
Hmm.
So mine is not like your I don't want to say like traditional acupuncture, but like maybe the most common known acupuncture where they put
Hmm.
needles everywhere.
Hmm.
Mine is very much like she works on my back to
Hmm.
release pressure points there, and then does a lot of work on my legs with different points. And she's not so much like putting needles in and sticking them in there. She's using a combination of like herbs, like moxibustion. So
Hmm.
it's very much like a gentle form. So if you are uncomfortable with getting needles put in and having them left in, the Japanese style is probably very much for you
Hmm.
because like I've had like the other type of acupuncture, and also with my chiropractor, he does the acupuncture on me as well, like dry needling, which is very intense,
Hmm.
where they're like threading the needle through your muscle to get it to release. Yes, sorry, I'm sorry.
Oh,
I am so sorry, everyone. I
no.
hope no one is jumpy about needles. But it can be
I
very
just
painful.
squirmed.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
It's
Uh,
okay.
but like the release after is incredible, but the moment you're like, oh God. And then he
Mhm.
also does the electro needling,
Mhm.
where it's like hooked up to the little electrode machine and pulses and it works your muscle until it's like completely fatigued. I love that
Mhm.
method as well. So there's a lot of different styles. So if you're curious about acupuncture, I would go with the Japanese method first, and then you can always like branch out into different styles as well.
Whew, you're
Yeah.
braver than
I'm
me.
sorry, everyone.
Oh,
I'm so
oh.
sorry.
I do kinda wanna try out the Japanese technique though
Yes, like, it
because
is truly relaxing, and I fall asleep
Mhm.
every time. Like,
I love it.
yeah, like, she just kinda leave like, I just go out cold, and she's, like, working away, and I'm like, "Okay, just wake me up when you're done."
Mm.
Um, it's the most incredible relaxation, at least for my body.
Amazing. I feel like I need to get some emotions out too, so I'm like, "Just open up the floodgates."
Yeah, the first time I ever had acupuncture, I think I cried for, like, a full day.
Love it.
I know, like, on and off.
Love
It's
that
just
for
like,
you.
"I don't know what's coming out. I don't know what's wrong, but this just feels right."
Fantastic. I need that. I need that. Alrighty.
Guilty pleasures.
Yes, so those were our tips to wind down, and now we're gonna jump into our guilty pleasures because we have many, and we decided to do 3 each, I think,
Yep.
because otherwise we would be here for a long time. So, my first one, and there's some debate about what these actually do, but I love them, and it is just wearing a nice hydrating sheet mask. I love sheet masks. They
That's
just
good.
make me feel so fancy, and I love it, and I don't know, I feel like they do something for me. I know that there is some, as I said, there's some debate on that because really it is just like a sheet of cloth with serum on it,
Yeah.
but you know what? That's fine.
Yeah,
Makes
I
me
think
feel fancy.
the thing with, like, sheet masks, because most of them are, like, just a serum based, it's not like you're putting a clay mask
Yes.
on, or something that, like, needs to be rinsed off your face. So the trick
Mhm.
to sheet masks is that you are not rinsing your face after, like,
Yes.
you're letting all the serum sink in, like, get
Yes,
it
like
all
it
in there. Anything in the little bag, put it on your face because, like, that's really what it
Mhm.
is. The mask is more just like that novelty method
Piece.
of transferring it to your face.
Yes, and just kinda, like, rub in the excess and stuff. The
Yes.
one thing with them is that because it does just comes in packages of 1, I am pretty sparing with how often I get them. I really just get, like, maybe I get 5 and I use 1, like, once a month
Yeah.
sorta thing when I really need it. And I also do that as well because just I know they're not the most environmentally friendly thing, but I try to limit my use of them for that purpose.
Mhm.
So, yeah, sheet masks, also face masks in general, but there is something about the sheet mask. Ooh, it's great.
Love it.
What about you?
Mine, eating everything. And, like, I'll pick a food. Like, I'll
Yes.
have pizza or chocolate or chips or ice cream,
Mhm.
and, like, which is no shame at all.
Nothing.
I'm going for it, and it's my guilty
Yeah.
pleasure, and, like, I feel good about it because I don't eat like that every day. I
Mhm.
like to think I eat a very balanced diet,
Mhm.
and, one day of just completely going crazy, it's fine.
Mhm.
It's fine, people. It's good
Are
for you. It's good for your mental health.
It is. Some of my favorite days are when we have, like, a movie night
Yeah.
or a TV show night, and one of us goes to the grocery store to get a bag of chips each
A pint of
and
Ben& and
candy.
Jerry's.
Either ice cream or, like, kind of a candy each. Oh,
Yeah.
love it. Love it. It's always a good time. It's
Yes.
always a good time.
Yeah, exactly. What's your next guilty pleasure?
All right. So my next one is just general little beauty things that are not like going out to get my hair done or even doing like the full shower thing. Like I more mean like kind of plucking my own eyebrows and
Mhm.
stuff and just like cleaning myself up with those more like minuscule items that I sometimes kind of forget about because I don't know, I find like I'll pluck my eyebrows and then things will get busy and then I won't do it again for 3 months and then I'm like, "Oh, I haven't done this in a while."
Looking rough.
I'm looking a bit rough and I think like I enjoy it because when you're done, you're like, "Oh my god, who is she?" But it also kind of is like, this is one part of my day that I can fully control and I enjoy that.
Yeah, and I think one thing that you can't underestimate is filing your nails and, like, giving
Yeah.
them a little buff. You're not even putting
Yeah.
nail polish on or anything,
Mhm.
you're just shining your nails. Oh, so
Yeah.
satisfying.
Or, like, blow drying your hair, I always feel like
Ugh.
a queen. Always
Yeah,
feel like a queen.
I love to just blow dry and brush my hair. Like, it's just
Yeah.
so satisfying. Even though, like, my hair's, like, probably dry, I'll be like, "Just one more pass. Gonna make it a
Yeah,
little wavy with the round brush."
I know. One day, I'll learn how to blow dry my hair like a stylist does with a round brush. I don't think it'll ever happen, but,
No,
it's my dream.
I know.
It's
I
my
need, like,
dream.
an extra pair of hands.
Yeah. What is your second one?
Ooh, okay, so this one we kinda brushed on already, but it is like that mapping out that time where you're just gonna binge a TV show, like a movie
Mhm.
series or YouTube. with no
Love it.
shame. You
Love it.
know that whole morning, afternoon, or day and evening,
Mhm.
you're only doing this one thing, and
Amazing.
very much it goes hand in hand with my number 1, where it's, um, eating something like chips and chocolate and ice cream. Um, I just love having a day like that, and I used to, do that as a kid sometimes, I would,
Mhm.
pretend to be sick and not go to school. Um,
Love that for you.
I know, it's the worst. And
Inspiring,
yeah,
inspiring, really.
and I would, sit and watch TV all day, and then at the end of the day, I would feel kinda bad about it. I'm just like, "Oh, I kinda wasted the day. I didn't do anything." And now as an adult, I'm just like, "I really needed that."
Yeah.
I need to just waste a day, consume garbage content,
Mhm.
and just, escape into whatever I'm watching, just live
Mhm.
vicariously through it, and I'm for it. I think you need that every once in a
Amazing.
while.
You do, and it is totally okay, everyone, to waste a day doing that because it's not really wasting a day because you're taking care of yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
So, my final one, and this is a bit embarrassing because I wouldn't even say that I watch the good ones, but I do have a bit of a love for reality shows right now. And in particular, they are like the dating reality shows on Netflix. Um, I love Too Hot to Handle, and I stand by it, and I definitely just finished watching Love Is Blind. I watched them with my boyfriend, and we, because we are the perfect relationship, obviously, when we watch it, we're just sitting there and we're just like, "Oh, that's just they need to learn how to communicate better." So we are very judgmental, and, later, it'll be, something stupid, like a cupboard gets left open and I don't communicate well at all, and I'm like, "Geez, I have a lot to say about these people on TV, but can I communicate? No."
I know.
When I'm watching it, I think I'm the relationship expert, so, yeah. Yeah, it's kind of fun. It's a little bonding experience, you know?
Yes, okay, I'm gonna join you on the reality show because there's a
Really?
couple I have watched. I don't watch the dating ones very often. I know everyone's talking about Love Is
Okay.
Blind, but I watched School of Chocolate in an evening.
Oh, love
That
it.
was great. I enjoyed, like, one of the great baking shows and, the cake shows. I kinda like something that's, either cake or chocolate or just, one thing.
Yeah.
I'm always, very fascinated by what they can create. If you haven't watched that School of Chocolate yet, oh my god, go watch it because it's insane what they make out of chocolate. It will
Oh, I
blow
love it.
your mind. It's so realistic. So that's
Amazing.
a really good one, and then when you brought up you watching these trash shows with your boyfriend, I'll I'll contribute, to
Thank
some of the
you.
ones that my boyfriend and I watch together. So, we enjoy Seeking Sister Wife,
Oh
um,
my.
not the Sister Wives, we don't watch that one, but the Seeking Sister Wife. It was
Okay.
crazy,
Oh
um,
boy.
so
I have no context of what that is.
yeah, it's this crazy show, you guys just look up the show. You start watching one episode and you're like, "I really need to see how this ends," because,
Okay.
you just you just get, completely engulfed by it. Um,
Love it.
and then we were watching the, Mama June: Road to Redemption as well. Yeah.
Why can I see your boyfriend watching that?
Oh my god, we got, way too into it. It was, a thing where it was Wednesday night, and we're
Oh my
like, "We
god, I
gotta
love it.
watch. There's a new episode." Um Yeah, and, we have never watched Honey Boo Boo, we have never watched any of that stuff, but for
I love
some
it.
reason, we watched Road to Redemption, and we're just like, "Why are we enjoying this? Why are we commentating on what is happening here?" So, you know what?
See, that's the thing
Sometimes you
is
need a good trashy reality TV show.
I know, and when you're watching it, you literally comment on it like you were like, "I am the perfect specimen of a human, and I will comment on what is going on in this show."
Ooh, I remember the other one that I love to watch, and you guys should watch this too. It's Glow Up. Britain's Next
Nice.
Makeup Star. Ugh, at same as the chocolate one, the art that these artists create. It's incredible because
Amazing.
as we all know, like, I'm not artistic, so, like, I'm super impressed by people who are.
Just fascinated by
Yes.
art in any form.
Yes.
Yeah, another one, this is, like, some vague memory where I'm still surprised we did it, but there was, like, a Paris Hilton cooking show on
I
Netflix.
thought you were gonna say a different Paris Hilton show, and I was just like, "Oh
No,
my god, that's so 2000s."
I know the one from the 2000s. Yeah, no, she literally had, like, a 6-episode, like, cooking show on Netflix. Just watch an episode. Would love to know your thoughts afterwards. I don't know if it's still on there, but, yeah, it was really interesting. She made a whole meal out of marshmallows.
Wow.
Yeah, except they
Wow.
were, like, color dye they were, like, food coloring dyed blue, and I was like, "Doesn't look appetizing, but I'm impressed that you did that."
Alright.
So,
We'll have to check that one out.
yeah.
I honestly thought you were gonna say watching The Simple Life, and I'm just like,
Oh,
"Where have you found The Simple Life?" I feel like I
I
need to go watch
know.
that.
I would love to find that. I would love to find that. One thing, though, I've never gotten into is Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
I've never seen a single episode. I could not tell you anything about them. Well, I
Yeah.
could tell you things, but not about the show.
Yeah, nothing about the show, but, like, from Instagram, I could tell you a couple things. But what is your 3rd one?
Okay, so my third and final guilty pleasure is planning an outing for myself.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like, and I know we just had the episode a few weeks ago where we talked about like taking yourself out on a date.
Mhm.
And this is just stuff I really love to do. It's like, oh, I'm going to an event. And like I kind of plan everything leading up to it. Like, what's my outfit gonna be? Well, how am I gonna do my hair, my makeup? Like, I love just getting organized and getting ready to go out.
I love it.
Yes.
Getting
So
ready to go out is the best part.
yeah, especially now we're like getting back out in the world. So I'm starting to plan a few more things. Events are coming up, and I'm just like, I have every outfit ready to go. And
Yes.
yeah, and I'm just like, I need to schedule a hair appointment for here. I want to get my lashes done here. And I don't know, I just get this like weird satisfaction from it where I'm just like, oh, I feel like ready to go out.
I love it. You're like, "I'm gonna go buy myself some new shoes, maybe?"
Maybe.
Maybe.
I'm not allowed to
Maybe.
buy any more new shoes.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. You put
I'm getting it was a self placed restriction on that. I'm just like, you
I
know what? I have a lot of shoes.
I
And
understand. I
yeah,
understand.
yeah.
Yeah.
So no shoes. No shoes. And that's why I
Mm.
was just like, I don't want to put like shopping as a guilty pleasure,
Mhm.
you know? I do enjoy doing that, but within reason.
Yes. Yes, we have to put some restrictions on that. Otherwise, you get into a little spendy mood, and then you're like, "Where did my paycheck go? Not to anything that it needed to."
Oh god, as much as I love a spendy mood, I hate when I'm in a spendy mood because then I look back and I'm just like, "Ugh, Laura, what the fuck? Come on. You know
Yeah,
better."
you inspired me after you bought your bathing suits that I had to go buy some because I remember because you were like, "Help me pick out a bathing suit," and I was like, "Okay," and then I was like, "Wait, I love this bathing suit." And then I was like, "I also need to buy 2 because that's obviously reasonable." And then I was like, "You know what? Might as well it's airy, might as well put some new pairs of underwear on. There's a bundle for 6."
Right?
And then afterwards, literally before I cleaned out my cart to what I actually was gonna buy, it was $450. And I was like, "Rachel, no,
Yeah,
we're
I think
not doing that."
I had mine around 400 as well. I cut it down to
Yeah,
100, so it was pretty good
good.
for me. Um,
Love it.
and I haven't really bought myself anything for, like, a really long time, and why I bought bathing suits, don't ask people, I just really like to buy them. My
You
boyfriend
also
kinda
got some really nice ones.
yeah, they're super cute, and I'm really excited to wear them. They're all, like, high-waisted. My boyfriend kinda, like, looked over my shoulder when I was looking at them. He's like, "You're not buying more bathing suits, are you?" I'm like, "No, I'm not." He's just like, "Laura, you have like 20. I've never seen you wear over half of them." And I'm like, "But they're cute. And one day I'm gonna go swimming." I
Yeah,
really need to
my
go
my
swimming more.
boyfriend my boyfriend did the same thing, except he looks at me and he goes, "Rachel, you have 3 though. Why do you need 2 more?" And I'm just like, "1 for every day of the work week, obviously." because in the summer I'll go swimming every day. I'll go swimming once,
Right? Makes sense. I know,
maybe
I hate
twice.
cold water. Let's just, like, put that out there. I can't stand cold water, yet I'm just like, "I need another bathing suit."
The highest number of bathing suits that were used within the shortest amount of time was because we were in Australia and the water was warm.
Yep, that's about it, and, to justify me buying 2 new bathing suits, I did actually give away 2 bathing suits that, never fit me, like, I ordered them online from a store I'm not familiar with,
Mhm.
and they told me to get smalls when I should have gotten mediums, so my girls didn't quite fit in there, and I had an ordeal,
Mhm.
and it was not good, so I had to give that away to a friend, so I was just like, "You know what? I got rid of 2, I can get 2." So
It's a net
really
zero.
really, I yeah, like, I'm not up any more bathing suits. I'm at the
There y
exact same, and now they
It's
fit
net
me.
zero. It's a net zero. There you go. That's your argument if you're ever questioned again. Well, those are our tips to wind down and also our guilty pleasures. Thanks, everybody, for joining us again today. Laura, would you like to tell everybody where they can follow us?
Yes. So if you want to share your guilty pleasures and methods of winding down, definitely go check out our Instagram. It's the tea with Laura and Rachel. Definitely follow us over there and come chat. We love it. You can also leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcast and Spotify. If you are enjoying this show, we hope you are because it really does help us out when you give us a nice rating. And don't forget to share with a friend who you feel will really enjoy our episode and show. Until next time, live like tea.
Live like tea.